liking how this is looking so far. Welcome to my channel. Today we are getting into the new Kilowatt Foil highlighter from Fenty Beauty and Rubie Richez. It took me a hot minute to get my hands on this highlighter, but I am so happy that I did. Oh my gosh, it came out on Friday, which was November 8th, and for some reason it was a hard launch and nobody wanted to give it to me. So I got my hands on it the other day and I'm making a video on it now. So forgive me, not an actual Fenty Friday video, but we're getting around to it. So this highlighter was initially supposed to launch earlier this year in the summertime. They announced it around March 30th-ish time, and then the other two highlighters that it was supposed to launch with launched on April 5th. And the other two that it was supposed to launch with is Penny for Your Thoughts and Afternoon Snack and Mo Honey. So these are the other two highlighters, and then it was supposed to be this one, but it wasn't called Rubie Richez. This was initially Geisha Chick, Geisha. I don't really know how to say that, I'm sorry, but not a lot of people were happy about it, so I'm happy that they actually renamed this and brought it back out, even though it did take them a while to do it. I mean, April all the way to November to rename this. Good Lord. We now have this stunning highlighter. It looks so pretty. It's like a ruby, but with like an orangey shift to it. You can't really see it in the pan, but even in the pan, it looks so gorgeous. And then I also have the entire Fenty Beauty highlighter collection now. Took me a long time to slowly get everything, but I now have all of the highlighters that Fenty has ever come out with, and I'm pretty proud to say that. There will be a swatch video of all the highlighters later this week, because if y'all saw my Instagram story the other day, I was very proud of lining up all of those highlighters. I was like, ooh, I just want to dip my fingers in all of these. But I will be filming a kind of aesthetically pleasing, hopefully, highlighter swatch video, so that'll be coming later this week. So I did compare this highlighter with some other highlighters that I have in the Fenty collection to show you guys the similarities to this one. So on my arm, going from like my elbow up, there's the Rubie Richez, and then I compared it to Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule, which is one highlighter that's split down the middle, and then Honey Slope, which is from the holiday collection from last year. I believe this is called the Avalanche collection, but I compared it to this one, Honey Slope. This is a gorgeous highlighter palette, by the way. Since we're getting back into the holidays, I've been really digging into all of the old, well, I shouldn't say old, the holiday collection from Fenty last year, because there hasn't been a lot of Fenty stuff coming out for the holidays. Boo. I'm disappointed by that. But I've been digging into the collection from last year. If you guys want a video on this collection, I think they still have a few things in stock. I'll have to double check, but I know they're on sale, that's for sure. But if you guys want a video using the holiday collection and what my thoughts are after using it for a whole year, let me know. And then I also wanted to swatch Rubie Richez with the highlighters that it was supposed to come out with. So same thing, going down and then up. So I have the Rubie Richez, Penny for Your Thoughts, Afternoon Snack, and Mo Honey, and those last two are in one highlighter, which is this one. It's so gorgeous. I have been using this one to death, Afternoon Snack and Mo Honey. And I love Penny for Your Thoughts. I have demolished this thing. You can see from the middle part. I absolutely love all of these highlighters. So now that I've showed you guys all the Fenty stuff, I want to do a completely like monochromatic, like red, ruby, fall Thanksgiving look using this. And I also have to use with the highlighter the Moroccan Spice palette. I love this palette, but Fenty, I'm ready for a new palette. If Fenty comes out with a new palette, oh my gosh, am I going to lose my mind. So I have this palette, and I also have the glitter palette from Fenty, but I'm gonna use probably the warmer shades in this palette, and then in combination with the highlighter. Of course, I gotta use the highlighter on my cheeks, and I have the new Stena lip paint in Underdog, which is a gorgeous burgundy color, but I think a little bit of this on top. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this look. Let's get into it. So I'm first gonna prime my eyes using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer per usual. I swear, I don't know if I ever told you guys, maybe I did in a video, but I got this mini when one of the last, I say one of the last, but there's been like 8 Anastasia palettes that have come out. But I think it was the Alyssa Edwards palette that it initially came out with. So I got a mini of the primer, and then there was another eyeshadow palette that came out from Anastasia, and they sent me a travel size. And before they sent me that travel size, I actually bought a full size of this primer because I love it so much. So I have an endless amount of Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer at the moment. I have the mini one that I'm still currently going strong on, which is probably good because I have been going crazy with like filming a ton of videos, taking my makeup on and off. But I swear, like, I've tried to use my other eyeshadow primers in videos, and if I feel like this eyeshadow primer does the trick for me, it gets everything like so pigmented. This eyeshadow primer does crease on me by itself, but once I put eyeshadow on top of it, I don't have any creasing whatsoever. And then as for what's on my face so far, it is completely Fenty Beauty foundation, primer, setting powder, bronzer, eyebrows. I have the lip balm on. So we have a full face of Fenty Beauty today. So I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. I'm still so bad at doing the names for this eyeshadow palette. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of like flip-flopped and it confuses me too much. So I normally don't really say the names of the eyeshadows, but I'm gonna take this one, which I think is Come and Get It. It's just a warm kind of caramel brown. And I'm gonna take this and place it on my outer corner, and then just start blending and buffing it out. Because the one thing I've learned with the Fenty eyeshadows is that they are pretty pigmented, but not like in a pure pressed pigment way. I don't really know how to describe them. They're very interesting. It took me a while to get used to this palette, but you really have to blend and blend and blend. I definitely wouldn't recommend this for a beginner because it is a little bit difficult to get used to using the shadows, but if you can slowly build it up, that's the best way to use these eyeshadows. I want this super blown out because I kind of want the highlighter to go on my cheeks and then somehow incorporate into my eyes, which is kind of my thought process at the moment. All right, now that I got this color blown out to the way that I like it, I'm gonna take the red, which I think is saffron. I'm gonna take it with the same brush and I'm gonna put it right in this inner part underneath my eyebrow and doing the same thing, just taking a little bit of product, placing it where I want the most pigment, and then really focusing on blowing it out and blending it. Ooh, I'm really liking how this is looking so far. So now, before I put this on my eyes, where is my Fenty highlighting brush? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take it with my Fenty highlighting brush. Oh, that is red. I'm gonna start dabbing it and then blending it out on my cheeks, right where I would normally highlight. All right, now I'm gonna take the Fenty highlighting brush and start to focus it on the outer corner in a way, like focusing in a lot right here. And that's why I love the Fenty highlighting brush, because this like tip right here fits in perfectly when I want to do these kind of 80s blush type of looks. And then now I'm just gonna take my regular highlighting brush and just start to really focus it right there, and then it's a little easier for me to blend out. And I'm also taking it up into like my temple over here. And then now I'm just gonna take the Rubie Richez highlighter and I'm gonna take it on my finger and press it onto the center of my lid. Oh, it's so pretty. And then for my inner corner, I'm just gonna take it on an eyeshadow brush, just put it on and blending it. And I'm also gonna take it on an eyeshadow brush and put it right up against my lower lash line, help to tie in more of that red color. And then I'm gonna take this shimmering shade, ooh, I think it's Mirage, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with this one. And I'm also gonna highlight my brow bone. And then I'm gonna take Afternoon Snack and highlight my nose a little bit above my eyebrow. And I'm also gonna use it a little bit where I'd normally put a bit of blush to help to blend the highlighter a little bit more. And Cupid's bow. All right, I'm gonna put on some mascara and we'll be right back with the lips. All right, so I just actually put some false eyelashes on. I know that's really weird for me, but I used the velour lashes in the Effortless style called Would I Lie? And these are like my favorite eyelashes because they're not super long and crazy. They just add a nice bit of volume and a little bit of like a fluff to them, because I have some eyelashes that get some crazy, like, they look a little too much for me. And I also put a little bit of Rubie Richez on my nose. But now let's get into the liquid lipstick. This is the one called Underdog. All right, and this is what Underdog looks like just by itself. It is so pretty. It's probably one of my favorite Stena lip paints, but I'm gonna wait for it to dry just a little bit and then we can put some of the highlighter on top of it. All right, so I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush, pick up a little bit and just dab it on the center. Ooh, I really like how that turned out on my lips. That looks so cool. Oh man, that gave it like a whole new personality. But I am obsessed with this look. I absolutely love it. I think it looks so freaking cool. I feel totally ready for the fall now. Little monochromatic look. But that is it for this video. I would love to know what you guys think about this red highlighter. I know it's not for everybody, but hopefully I gave you guys a little bit more ideas of how to wear it on your cheeks, on your eyes, on your lips, however you may like to wear it. Also, let me know what you guys think about the whole name change thing, because that was really interesting. First off, why did they choose that name? Second off, why did they change it? Why did it take so long to get this highlighter out? I would love to know y'all's opinions in the comments. But if you want to see my last video, I did a skincare Sunday video, and that video will be right over here with Good Molecules. This video will be randomly suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you can click on it and subscribe to my channel.